It's tragic but true. All over Europe, they're collapsing. They're losing their lives from a heat wave. Air conditioning? No way, the politicians say, and the media there is daring you to try to break through their censorship campaigns. But one thing is ruining all of their dastardly plans, and what might that be? Well, it's Buc-ee's, at least partly. The World Cup is in the US of A, and that means all over social media, Europeans are finding out. Cold air, free refills, and giant gas stations could be theirs if only their media and their governments would get in line. It's a great time every time you join us, folks. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we give you the truth with a capital T, served up on a platter of chatter, hot and fresh. Maybe we shouldn't say that now, because hot and fresh does not sound hot and fun. For the European heat wave is upon us. They're calling it a heat dome. A heat dome. Have you ever heard of something like that? Yeah, Europe is not having a good time. And here in the US of A, you just go ride the Carousel of Progress at Walt Disney World. We've had air conditioning for like 100 years. But it's a big debate. It's a big issue. Across the pond, we'll talk about it and how the media is causing people to DIE. No, seriously, click the like button and let's get underway. UK and Europe have dived into censorship. But folks, the good ship censorship is not taking them far, because Europeans are finding out that this heat wave killing thousands across the continent, well, it's avoidable every single day. Polymarket says this just in: German public broadcaster begins anti-AC campaign, warning of the dangers of air conditioning as record heat wave hits the region. Reuters reporting it this way says, record heat wave disrupts Europe as France warns death toll to rise. Now, you could say, Pro, this channel is not about such things, and you're right. This channel is about media, entertainment, and yes, the news organizations that the media owns. And in this case, I'm just here to tell you, Europe is under a cloud of censorship, the likes of which we have not seen. It's like China has descended upon the West. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's costing lives. We'll show it to you. Reuters says French health agency reports 1,000 excess deaths. They're dying because of summer. Temperature records hit in Germany, Poland, Czech Republic, and Austria. Extreme heat causes disruption to transport, power generation. How hot is it? It's 104. It's 104. And that's in parts of Europe. It's not in all of Europe. So what is it that's killing everybody at 104? I mean, Florida is 104, you know. I mean, Nevada does 104. Like, what's killing? Arizona, you guys are laughing about this. Why is 104 killing people? Well, GB News has this. Britons ordered to remove air conditioning from homes in 40 Celsius heat, that's 100 degrees, under net zero crackdown.
Morning. Yeah, it's a little bit of a day out for me. It's very hot here. 28 degrees here in Brighton, and it's going to get hotter, as it is everywhere in the country today. And there are, as you say, this red extreme heat warning in a large part of southern England and creeping into Wales, from London all the way to Swansea, from down in Somerset up to Birmingham. And that's not the only red warning in place today. We've also got the UK Health Security Agency red heat health alert as well in place today and tomorrow. That's only the second time they've ever had to issue one of these heat health alerts, a red one, because how hot it's going to be today, and it's only going to be getting hotter. Now, these red alerts mean that...
Okay, so it's hot, and they won't let them get AC. But folks, what if I told you it's not even close to as hot as it's been, and this is completely and totally avoidable? The media is spinning this a completely different way, but if you go to Wikipedia, it says 2003 European heat wave was the hottest summer record recorded in Europe since at least 1540. So 23 years ago, it was way hotter. How hot was it? 117 degrees was recorded in Europe in 2003. And how would I know to go find this? Because I was in Europe when it was that hot. And I thought at the time, well, I bet they're going to start installing air conditioners here. 23 years later, they didn't install air conditioners. They won't allow it. And they're censoring stuff because people are figuring out that the boogeyman Americans who have air conditioners are not as awful as they thought they were. New York Post reports Paris officials blame Americans and their air conditioning for Europe heat wave that has killed 1,300 people. You got to be kidding me. Europeans, though, they're all over America right now. And this is breaking down the censorship efforts where they want to say this is a record-breaking heat wave. It's not. They want to say it's driven by climate change. Maybe, probably not. And they want to say that air conditioning makes you sick and it's going to add to the climate change. It's definitely not either of those. But Europeans are all over America because they're here for the World Cup, and that's breaking down the censorship efforts. Video after video after video, and you've seen them online of people experiencing Buc-ee's and cool frigid air and free refills, and they're saying, wait a minute, this is the evil America we've been told about on the BBC and every one of these other news organizations across Europe.
They have the craziest thing here in America. So it's blazing hot outside. But look at this. I'm going to step into this establishment, and it's chilly. It's hot outside, but when you step in, it's like a winter's day.
All right, so guys, thoughts on the idea that the media and the politicians in Europe are battling right now having air conditioning. Europe right now sounds like a place that is not in the modern era. 90% of homes in America have air conditioning, 10% in Europe do, and the media over there is pretending this is some sort of debatable thing. I've had people tell me, bro, you know, Europe only has hot days, like 8 days, 12 days out of the year, so it doesn't make sense to have an air conditioner. I'm like, well, if the air conditioner costs $200, a little air, you know, little window thing, window unit, if it costs $200, which it costs less in the US, but $200 in Europe, and you get to use it for 10 years, it's like $1 a day. That's a pretty good investment, I would say, especially if it stops grandma from dying. Guys, this is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard, and it's media censorship at levels that are just absurd. What say you about this craziness?
Well, if you let yourself be controlled to that extent, and we've got it in California, we've got it in my state of New Jersey. They went last year and closed 6 power plants. Now my monthly electric bill is $700 a month. Because they thought that wind farms would pick up the gap. And it's like now it's going to be 104 degrees here on Wednesday and Thursday. But they're so in on this thing. Greta Thunberg, I need to ask her a question, because from what I understand, if everybody did the whole Paris Accord things, instead of in 100 years, the temperature going up 1 degree Celsius is going to go up in 108 years. So we're spending trillions and trillions of dollars to give ourselves someplace we're going to get 8 years later. If it's real, why aren't they spending that money building seawalls instead? Unless it's just a scam.
Instead, the rich people buy the beachfront estates.
Yeah. And I'm sure that somebody can do carbon offset things so they can have their air conditioning.
Oh, in the age of AI, in 15 years, we'll have whatever the carbon thing is figured out. You know what? You want to stop carbon? Plant some more trees, Europe. You're missing trees. You remember you mowed them down after the Romans came to town? Plant some freaking trees again. Don't just depend on the Amazon. You've got this. It says from, let's see, this is Peter Haig. Real reason that Europe is cracking down hard on social media is that they don't want returning football fans to talk about Buc-ee's. Now, this is only halfway joking. There are videos everywhere online of Europeans discovering America, and that it's not the place they've been told it is. It's actually like crazy luxurious. Remember, the UK would be the 51st state in the United States if we were judging on wealth of individual households. Yeah, it would come in under Mississippi. Europeans have not, they don't understand, many of them, and they're stuck there listening to the media, and they've fallen for it, and they've been invaded culturally and all these kinds of things. And now the UK, this effort to censorship YouTube and these other social media platforms, I'm telling you, it's because they don't want young people to find out, well, Dr. Jordan Peterson is out there, and they don't want to find out that Buc-ee's is out there. They're terrified of this. Look how these people are responding to the idea of abundance in America.
I tried it. So we're going in. Jenna's going to have to show us what the goal is. Oh, it smells delicious. Full grocery store. I'm so overstimulated. There's so many people in here. The basket. She's a tourist. Candy. I'm gonna get some mango slices. We're on a road trip, by the way, to our teammates. Treaties. Fudge. This is what everyone gets when they come here. Cool. Salted caramel ice cream sandwich.
It's like candied nut.
Yum.
They're warm. Oh, it smells delicious. Right behind me is the world's biggest gas station. Only America can make a gas station an attraction that everybody wants to come and see.
I'm not sure what we're going to expect in here, but let's go see what we can find.
Guys, I wasn't expecting this. It's like its own universe, and we've already gone in on the food.
Oh, it looks so
I
good.
couldn't help myself. And the guys behind the counter, like, they do a sing-song.
They even have beef jerky here. How much do you think this is coming to?
$70. Look at that truck. Oh.
That truck's insane.
Is that means something else? Okay, so Gavin needs him a hat to protect this little bald head of his.
So it's video after video. This is all, guys, is this all over your timeline? This and Europeans discovering air conditioning? It's everywhere on my timeline.
Yeah,
There was a story. I'm sorry, go ahead, Lauren.
No, it's been a lot of fun to see. I think that actually having the World Cup here is one of the best things that we could have done for America's PR. That didn't really require a lot of effort on our part. You know, it's like just come here. We were welcoming and I had a lot of people that did cross-cultural exchange. I think it's amazing that they're going to go back and hopefully report on what they found here.
Well, the economy here, I mean, the levels are astounding how much better it is in America than Europe. And we love our European friends. We report this with regret. I don't want to tell you that your countries are failing economically and you need to come to the United States. And don't listen to the news that's constantly negative about the U.S. You need to go to some of the best places in the U.S. and go back home and say, why can't we have that? Why are 1,000 people dying and we're being lied to that this is the worst heat wave ever when 23 years ago it was 10 degrees hotter? Why are people dying? Because it's summer in Europe. Like this is not how first world countries should be. But guys, the point I want to make here is, isn't it amazing the power of the media? The power the media has. The media in Europe and the censorship combination of the governments has made it such that Europeans don't understand. And you would have thought this was impossible in Western countries, but here we are. Here we are where comparisons are being made to like the USSR, and we're saying, hey, to our European friends, you don't have to live like this. There's a better way. This is like 100 years in the past for us. We're not doing this, and you don't have to do it either. And the fears that you're going to destroy the world because you put in a $200 air conditioning unit in your window is crazy. Like you are living in a conspiracy world at that point. Like get the little AC unit, and then the governments are saying to them, you can't have an AC unit. But the government officials, they live in air conditioning.
Pro,
Yo.
can I share a video?
Lauren, I've been waiting for this for years.
We have to remain under 7.
Whoa, what is this? Are you trying to get me copyright struckified?
That's why I was starting to ask. We have to remain under 7 seconds, right?
Typically under 5.
Yeah, so I would move ahead to the 6-second mark then.
All right, we're moving to 6 seconds. Hang on. 6 seconds exactly. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
That's what this reminds me of. That's what this is all about. They have created a religion that they are slavishly adhering to
their own deaths.
Yes, and that's why this World Cup visit was such an amazing thing, because they had in their mind that the U.S. was this hellscape that they desperately wanted to avoid. And when you see the interviews with people in the UK who are estimating that they would be in like the top 5 or 10 states and realizing that actually you would be the 51st state in terms of economic output, that's something that they almost can't process. So...
Right. Okay, here's another one for you. You ready for this? Guys, I've got a stat that's going to blow your mind. And this is true, folks. Don't trust Pro. Don't trust me. You go look it up and you go see if it's accurate, okay? And then you tell me in the comments. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You tell me. Ready for the stat, guys? More people die in Europe from heat than Americans die from the boom booms that are all in the news all the time about the violence with the bang bangs. We can't say the word, folks, on YouTube, but you know the stuff that you hold in your hand and it shoots a little pew pew out, and we don't like it. We don't like when that's used to harm people ever, never, never. Well, guess what? More people die in Europe of heat, of the weather than that. And I'll guarantee you that almost no Europeans know that stat, because all they hear is America is a dangerous, dangerous place, when in fact, Mr. Blue Sky is taking out more folks in Europe than the GUNs ever did. Andy, final thoughts on this one?
I watched a video this morning Adam Carolla had shared, the comedian, and it's some lady, I'll send it to you fellas, but she basically was saying that there's so much of this stuff that has been coerced because of things like, you know, a certain shade of guilt that is perpetuated on people, and getting them to do things that, for the sake of being like your responsible person, being doing your part, and all these, and they've bought into this so badly. It's the same thing. Probably think you had talked about this today with just build another power plant. You know, there's
just build one. France
has been running on nuclear power for the last 40 years. 80% of their power comes from nuclear power. The days when you have, all right, let's not put it on a fault line on a volcanic island, Fukushima, and let's not play around like they did in Chernobyl and do an experiment that blows things up and makes that part of Russia glow in the dark from the space station. But it's going to happen. We're going to get into this, and it's funny though, because it has certainly showed their hypocrisy when they were all against it until big tech needed it for power. Now they're kind of backing off it. Bezos is backing off it. Gates is backing off it. All of these alarmists that were saying, "Oh, we have to do these things," but I think Elon Musk is the guy. He's going to start pushing this stuff because he's a futurist. He's someone who sees where we want to go, and you need power to do that. And if they aren't going to go with petroleum-based products, because eventually we'll run out of it, we do have to find a new source. But as you said, artificial superintelligence will probably end up doing that within the next 10 years.
Yeah. Why die from the heat, folks? Buy a $200 air conditioner. And for everybody in Europe, all the officials who are stopping this, you all are just terrible, awful anti-humans, because human life is precious. And the idea that you think we're some sort of virus on the earth and that's how you act, give me a break. I mean, this is becoming a anti-existential geography on the planet, with these people who want to be infiltrated by cultures that do not appreciate them. They want to regress. They want to stop progress. They want to make sure that their peoples suffer, and they seem to enjoy it for some deranged reason. And so, folks, we say the economies are moving away from Europe, and this is the danger of censorship. It could come to America next. We must be on the watch all the time for entertainment companies that own news organizations who try to manipulate what you see and what we know. Any of those departments of truth, those ministries that we saw in the last administration, those are super dangerous with a capital D. Folks, we need transparency, and free speech matters. It's the antiseptic to bad ideas. I don't know how much longer the Pro Channel will even be available in the UK, but at least for today, we're happy to say to our friends across the pond, it's not too late. You got to get this thing turned around. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be painful, but it's better than dying because it's summer outside. Seriously. Parting is such sweet sorrow, ladies and gentlemen. It's only made sweet because there's more content on the way. We never stop. It drives the Holly Weirds mad, but we've got decades left in the can, and we keep going and going and going. Oh, wait. Are we showing our cards? That's right. We'll never stop going near and far and sending out the content you love. Folks, you can help us continue to do just that. Smash that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.